Hi. So I know I'm only 2 days in, but this trip has been really interesting so far. I've had a lot of alone time, a lot of time to think, and as a lot of you know, this was a trip I was supposed to take with my boyfriend, but we broke up last month, and I felt like this was something I still needed to do, just to do some soul searching. I've been thinking a lot lately about my future, my financial future in particular. And it's interesting, this digital age that we live in. I mean, social media can be so deceptive. It allows people to portray whatever persona they want and have people believe it. And when you guys watch these videos, you see this adventurous girl who isn't afraid to take on the world alone. And yes, that's definitely true, but what you guys don't see, are the difficult times, the times of not just being alone, but being lonely. You don't see my bank details. You don't see the fear of barely being able to survive on a basic level. And that's something I've really been thinking about lately. But this antsiness that I was born with, it makes it almost impossible to even contemplate settling down. So I met this really fabulous group of really strong, independent women on the island, on San Juan Island, and we would get together often and recognize the struggles that we go through and the burden of, being a strong, self-reliant woman. People always think that you're okay, even when you're not, and it's hard to reach out when you're not. But we would also recognize how beautiful life is and how happiness truly is a choice. And as my mother can attest, I used to be really unhappy, really negative, bitter, just not a very pleasant person, and that became exhausting. And so I chose to be happy. And yeah, life is hard. Life is really hard. There's a lot of things that I want but don't know how to obtain, which is the case for everybody. But I feel that when we're going through those internal struggles, and right now I'm struggling with feeling lost and really fucking sick of being poor all the time. But when we're going through that, I feel like we need to reach out to people. As a society, we just sweep that under the carpet and we try to ignore it. And that's not healthy. I think that we need to reach out to the people who love us and use that love as a platform for living the best, happiest, healthiest life that we can. Stitch that on a pillow. But I think we also need to actively be positive, and that's something that's really hard to do sometimes. And especially now, I'm driving these desolate roads by myself, and I was supposed to have someone that I love with me, and it didn't work out that way. But that's the way life goes, and I would much rather be alone than be with the wrong person. So, I didn't intend for this to be a heavy blog. But, I also don't want this video blogging thing that I'm doing to be superficial. I want it to be real. I want you guys to see every part of my trip, and I want people to recognize that we're all human. We all struggle. We all feel like shit sometimes, and that's okay. I am lost as hell right now in my life, and that's okay. And, recently one of my friends on the island, Katrina, she said to me, be okay with being lost. Because that's when you find yourself. That's when you find things that you never imagined you would find, and they turn out to be beautiful. So, yeah, that's my pep talk for the night. I'm currently in Baker City, Oregon, and I'll be crossing over into Idaho tomorrow. And I'm planning on hitting up the hot springs. Thank you everybody for that tip. Yeah, hitting up the hot springs along the way, along the southern part of Idaho, and then up into Jackson, Wyoming. So, and as you can see from this classy bedspread behind me. I have gotten a hotel room for the night because I am sick of my car already, and I want to take a hot bath, and I want to watch cable TV with no pants on. So there's my plan for the night. I hope you guys have a good night. I will talk to you all later. Bye.